Well, good morning and welcome to Ireland. We have spent the last week or so bouncing around Spain and Portugal, and after a day of going across the Bay of Biscay, part of the North Sea, we put into Cobh, to the port of Cobh, and which is right next to Cork, Ireland, which is where we're heading. And we're going to spend a day kind of exploring around here. When England was invaded Ireland, the Irish here in this part of the country knew they couldn't win, and so they sent a letter to Spain and asked them to come to their aid. And so this is the bay that the Spanish came into, and they waited here for England to invade, but England invaded so fast and conquered so fast that the Spanish really were no help, and so they headed back. This is the remains of Charles Fort, which was first completed in 1682, and there have been several sites and forts, defensive positions have been on this site. We're in Kinsale, Ireland. Beautiful little village. The only problem is they got us here at 9:30 on a Sunday morning and everything's closed. But it's fun kind of just walking through, taking some pictures. And that's what I did for about an hour and a half, is just walk through the village with Laura and take pictures. Very colorful buildings, beautiful flowers, and some very interesting colored buildings as well, and a beautiful harbor. I found this bust of Timothy McCarthy in the square. He was on the Ernest Shackleton's Antarctic expedition on the Endurance. He lasted 15 months on the ice. He's one of 6 men in an open boat that traveled 800 miles to Elephant Island to get help. He was killed during World War I. He was standing at a gun post when his ship was torpedoed and sunk. This sign for ghost tours caught my eye, particularly because we were told a ghost story, and because the cemetery we went through in a little bit looked kind of haunted as well. This is called the White House, and legend has it that a young girl that lived here, her fiance went off to World War I, and he was supposed to come home the day before their wedding. He didn't show up, and 2 days later they found out that he had been killed. And so she went up on the roof and threw herself off the roof and was killed. And her ghost walks the streets at night. This is St. Multos Church. It's the Church of Ireland. And Christian worship on this site has been taking place over 1,400 years in various different churches that have been built and destroyed here. The graveyard around the church looks like it could give you kind of a haunting feeling, particularly on a full moon at night. This Anglican church had a much more humble feeling than some of the churches we've seen recently, but it did have some beautiful stained glass, including this next one, which is a stained glass with the face of a gentleman from the city that was killed during World War I, and he's up there getting ready to receive his eternal reward in heaven. We are now in Cork, and this is the St. Barre's Cathedral. You can see that gold angel up there. Tradition says that when that angel falls, the whole city will fall. Not sure where the city's going to fall to, but it's a good story. Finn St. Barre's Cathedral was dedicated in 1870. Before that, there was a monastery that sat on this site from the 7th century that was built by St. Finn Barre. There's been continual worship on this site for over 1,000 years. We were going to go in, but there were services going on, and apparently they charged you in because attendance seems to be low. Okay, we're in Blarney, Ireland, and behind me is the Blarney Castle. And up there is the Blarney Stone, which, if legend has it, if you kiss it, you'll be given the gift of eloquency. I don't care to have that, especially at this stage of life. There's an hour and a half wait to get up there. I've heard rumor that there's a Blarney Stone at Texas Tech in Lubbock, Texas. Since we have family there and 3 grandchildren, I'll see if that's true. If it is, I'll go there and kiss the stone. You can see people right there getting on their backs and lowering themselves down a little bit to kiss the stone. There have been several structures built on this site. The castle we see now was built in 1446 by Dermot McCarthy. We didn't go up and wait in line, but we strolled around the 60-acre gardens, which were absolutely breathtaking. There's Laura sitting in the middle of a big tree. It was well worth walking through this spectacular garden. This is the Blarney house that was built in 1704 that is on the property. These 3 common yew trees are called the 3 wise men. They're about 600 years old, and they're very toxic, the leaves on them. They can usually be found in graveyards. The garden is full of surprises, including this is one of several tunnels you go through that are made out of bushes and branches. It's kind of fun to go through. This is the entrance to the wishing steps. Tradition has it if you walk down the steps and then back up with your eyes closed, your wish comes true. Well, I did it backwards. I went up it, and then I turned around and came back down it. And I only closed my eyes for just a minute. So, probably won't get any more luck, but then I've been pretty lucky my whole life anyway, or blessed. This is supposed to be a portal used by leprechauns and other witches. These stones look like a miniature Stonehenge. There are 9 of them. Tradition has it that there's a powerful king that lived here. He had 9 children. 2 of his sons were killed in war, and so he had them push over 2 of the pillars. Well, we're back in Cobh, and Cobh used to be called Queenstown, and it was the last port that the Titanic made before she set off across the Atlantic and sunk. So a little bit of history here. And that ended our day in Ireland. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel Around the World in 274 Days. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching.